All right, I have a message today, and I'm going to do my best to try to remain calm. But anytime I'm talking about the things of God, I get real passionate about it. And when I get passionate, my voice, my pitch elevates. So I'm going to try my best to stay calm. But I will warn you, do not shoot the messenger. This message is actually being presented in love, even though I know some people will be offended. But I'm praying that the ones who can hear this message with their heart, they're going to receive from it and be blessed by it. I want to talk about disobedience. I cannot tell you how shocking it is to me how many of my ministry leaders, how many of my contemporaries have decided that it's okay to walk away from their grace gift. Now, I want to specifically focus on grace gifts. I'm not talking about being an usher or a greeter. I'm talking about your call to the fivefold ministry grace gifts. You are an apostle, you are an evangelist, you are a prophet, you are a pastor, and you are a Bible teacher. These are grace gifts. They are not jobs. They are not titles. They are not something that you can quit or retire from. These grace gifts were given to you before you were ever born. They're not based on your ability to sin or not sin. They're actually based on your ability to be obedient to what God tells you to do. I'm shocked at how many people think it's okay to walk in direct disobedience to God. When God tells you to do something specific, like operate in your grace gift, you can't just walk away from that. You can't just quit because you're tired, because you're frustrated, because you're going through something. You would be shocked at what I went through in 2023, just last year, but nobody knows about it other than the folks who are close to me. But I did not quit my grace gifts. I've been doing the exact same thing for 7 straight years. And yes, I'm actually tired of doing it in the natural. But guess what? Every time I walk in obedience to what I am called to do, the grace for me to do it kicks in. It encourages me. I remember when God told the Apostle Paul when he was complaining about the thorn in his flesh. God says, my grace is sufficient. I'm telling you, men and women of God, God's grace is sufficient for you to carry out your grace gift. So for those of you who have quit, I'm telling you to come back because you are in direct disobedience. For those of you who are thinking about quitting, I'm telling you, you can't quit this. You have to persevere. You have to get through this. I would encourage you to go read the story about Jonah and go read the story about King Saul. Don't tell me that you already know those stories. I'm telling you to go read them again if you're thinking about quitting or if you have quit. Another great reading for you is to go and read my book. I'm not boasting or bragging about my book. I'm boasting on the Lord because he is the one who inspired me to write that book. And you will see incredible stories of discipline and perseverance and obedience to what God has called me to do. Humility, submission, and obedience is my mantra. That's why I am qualified to deliver this message today. Come back to the Lord. If you have walked away from your fivefold ministry grace gift, you are in direct disobedience if you are. Again, this message is not to discourage anyone. It is to encourage you that God's grace is sufficient. All right, that's all that I have. Have a blessed day.